Okay, you're going to hear some screaming from upstairs. It's just Sebastian being a dinosaur. So, this is my 7548 7010. When it came to me, it had an aftermarket insert in it. I don't like it, aftermarket inserts, because I can see them. They're not hard to miss. So I wanted to put in another insert. I don't really have much in terms of backstock of original inserts. This is the one that I ended up with. There's something about it, it just doesn't combine with this. Because of its worn condition, it obscures the fact that the hands and the dial are such good condition in this watch. So I just didn't have too many of these. So I decided to go a hunting. A hunting we shall go. And these, I got these in a lot. These came from Japan. And the pictures were not very good. And it was not very well described. Frankly, I'm kind of amazed I saw it. So anyway, but here it is. So I didn't know what I was going to get. It could have all been fake. Who knows? It could have been darn near anything. Hang on a second. Let's tip this a little more this way, shall we? Because I want to be able to get these closer. So anyway, I got these, and it was really fun. Here we go. By the way, I don't have any plans for organizing this in any way. I'm just looking at these things and talking. So first I went through and I separated them. Genuine and reproduction. That's pretty good. All these genuine, these were two reproductions. This is one of the inexpensive inserts that you can get them on all the time. And somebody wanted to make it look aged, so they kind of wore it down to give it that it's a scratch, to give it that kind of worn look. But it's not correct, because you can tell, for one thing, pip is the wrong size. It's also hand machined and at the wrong depth. So we know that one's fake. This one we know is fake because, well, for a few things. One, it's shiny. It doesn't have the right pebble surface. It's too smooth. But two things are missing. One, I'm just double checking before I make any pronouncements. Yeah, look, somebody hogged that one out too. I don't know. I think it's possible. No, this one is, I don't have any confidence that there's a couple things that are missing. It's too shiny, like way too shiny. Even the modern ones, for SKX, they have a whole bunch of pebble. Also, it doesn't have the chamfer on the inside. It's supposed to be there. Third, I mean, it's possible this was an SKX and they machined it down. What's even more possible is that it's not Seiko at all. And so the way we tell is because we know, well, you guys don't know, but I do. These are two different ones. These are all original. This one is the only one that gives us one straight millimeter thickness. Now, I know that's all confusing. Like, why is he talking about that? So these two piles, these are the thinner ones. These are the thicker ones. These are for 6105, 8110s only. Oh, wait, no, I have that backwards. These thinner ones were used in a 6105. These are the only ones that would fit in a 6105. They were used in, all kinds of other, crazy, of these Seiko divers, any of these, like 6309s, 6306s, 7549s, 7548s, all that stuff. They could use these, but they had to have like a little It's a little metal shim that goes underneath it to make it thick enough to go in and match the height of the standard regular 6309 insert. So I kind of had that backwards. These are 6105. Only these can go into a 6105 8110 bezel, period. These, but these can go in here, except they need a shim. These will not drop into a 6105. So we know what in the heck we're looking at. So the two thicknesses, well, I have to reset my thingy. This is a 6105. These are going to be averages because they've been messed with a whole lot. We usually see 77, 78, something like that. Oops, sorry, I did not mean to bonk those. You get the picture. These 6309, 7548s, clock in right around 90. You get the idea. So this thing, it's too smooth. So no, not a chance. But you know, they had me questioning for a second. You got to be careful. So anyway, so what's cool though, these are from Japan, right? This is something that came out of an old watchmaker's business or something. And the old person, I'm assuming the old dude, must have just done what every watch person does, which is that you keep everything. If the customer doesn't want it back, you keep it. You put it and you organize it and you keep it, because you just never know. Say it with me again, you just never know. But I found some cool stuff, some really cool stuff. Let's see if I can get decent light on here. Again, I wasn't sure what I was going to see. So we've got some pretty worn ones. It's original. It's pretty toned. Got a little bit of a gold tone to it, but it's not gold. This is the first 6105. For me, it's just, I like looking at these closely because I need to more or less memorize them. Because of my ADHD, I really don't take notes, and I'm not organized enough to keep that information outside of my head. It's one of the reasons I make these videos. At least whatever knowledge I have is down somewhere. Hopefully some of it's right. In any case, but this is the bunny. It's got all the things we look for, like specifically, especially the correct flat pip. Let me see something. I think I'm gonna use my lovely. Oh, that's better. Is that better? I think so. Maybe not. Anyway, for me, it's fun to look at these. I really want to look stuff over because then I kind of store it in my mind. Because of my ADHD, I don't really take notes very often, mostly because I forget. I just get confused about why I'm taking them and then how to take them, and then I forget what it was I was supposed to write down, and I'll just use my memory. So anyway, this is, I mean, it's, well, you can tell it's real, one, because you got the, where is it? This one's pretty tight. It's got a really fine 45-degree chamfer right around the edge. Like if you look under the shadow of my finger right here, you can kind of see it coming and going. And just no one gets the pip right. No one. The tip of the pip wraps over the chamfer. And it has this nice flat pip diddly thing there. And it's usually, sometimes it's dead flat. You can see. Come on, let's go. Come on. Give me a reflection here. Anyway, it's even with the top. A lot of times, they sink down a little bit, but that's what they're supposed to look like. It's supposed to be sharp-edged with a nice bright foil backing and anodized. Everything has a nice like pebble finish. You'll notice this has a little bit of a blue cast on it. That can happen. These came in kind of a blue black and kind of a brown black. This is also one of the blues, as you see, which was nice. It's interesting that I'm seeing already so many. Oops, I do not mean to be making noises. Here's another one. It's another blue. It's pretty worn, but you can see all the things that are important. Where's a good section of chamfer? You can see the tip wraps around. Oh, you can see it right there. Look in the shadows right on the inside right here. You can see it, it's right there. That 45-degree chamfer right there. Isn't this lovely? Whoever this guy was, he was like, gotta get that thing out. And he just pointed out. They're all warped a little bit like this. That's a nice one. Really faint blue cast. So this is what I would call Diny blue. Man, this one is just wasted. A little bit of a blue cast. Wasted. This one saw a lot of salt water. Look, it looks kind of blue again, doesn't it? That's an original pip, just beaten up around the thing. This was an active life. You can really see the chamfer there. This is a nice one. Not too bad in the back. Wherever it was wasn't around water a whole lot, but they sure like to bonk things. But look at the loom. Look at the loom pip. Still intact. Doesn't that make it pretty? Another bluey. I wonder if the domestic 6105s, not that I know there were any, used more blues, because this is a lot of blues to get. Except this one. This. Yeah, this is the brown black. Original. Its loom pip window is still there, just the loom is gone. You'll notice that it's sort of weirdly matte, especially over the letters. It's just a little different that the metal is nowhere near as bright. As even something as worn as that. It's more of a gray, but it's original. I suspect this might be one of the earlier ones. I'm not 100% sure. Here's the last one of the 6105s. This is absolutely a 6105 8110 insert, 100%. And when the old guy was pulling this thing out, he warped the heck out of it. Extremely grateful it didn't crack right by the pip, which is what I am shocked it didn't do. But this has to be an early one. We see a lot of these other blues, right? All these different blues, different stages. I don't know why I have so many blues, but you'll notice most of these 6105s are blues. But this, look at the anodization. Look at the color. See if I can get you a better look at it. More color somehow. It would be better if I was down. I'm down to clown. That's a little better, isn't it? So yeah, look at the blue. And you see, it's not like if we look at, well, heck. Here you see the heavily pebbled surface and the bright, real frosted, bright metal surface. And this is, it's polished, but it's a very thin anodization, and the letters themselves, is that true even here? Yeah, they're flat. Letters are flat. I think this was a really early one. That's my only guess. My only guess, because these early anodizations, it matches earlier style Sua used, but I suspect Dynie made inserts. Now this is reverse, obviously. Let me get this. But it's the same thin printing, and it's flat. This is absolutely a 6105 8110 insert. I can't remember the last time I saw one this blue. I'd bet you this is early. I wonder if this is a 6105, proof super early one. This is, just to be clear, this is not a 6105 8000. It will not, it absolutely will not, it will not drop in. The external diameter is just a tiny hair smaller. I think it's 39 versus 41. But isn't that beautiful? I don't quite know what to do with it. I've never owned a proof. I've never even thought about getting one, but, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Where are we? Of course, this thing has it has this service handset, which everybody squeaks about. I don't know, man. Isn't that beautiful? I don't think, if this was a Rolex insert, that'd be worth some real money. Isn't it a beautiful piece? Thank goodness it didn't crack there. Woof. Okay, now we're looking at the thicker ones, the 6309s and 7548s. If you look at this one see it's got that little rose goldy pinkish thing going on. It is one of these, I believe. Still, because those things do fade. It's interesting that it's kind of like a rose gold, isn't it? I wonder how that happens. It's more coppery. That's pretty neat. That's a cool one. I didn't expect that. Let's move these over here. At first, I thought this one was fake. I really did, because it's so beautiful, but it's so sort of flat. And look at how eaten this thing is. And we know it's not a 6105 because it's too thick to be. I might be able to reconstruct this ring. I've been playing with like metal powders and two-step epoxy to try to recreate this kind of finish, because except for that part where it rusted through, this is actually not a bad insert. It really isn't. Let's put that one up there. This one got wrenched up pretty hard too. You can really see the bevel on this one. See that flat section, 45 degrees. This one is cracked, but I should be able to flatten it and bridge the gap with that stuff I've been mixing up. I haven't looked too much at differences in font is one thing. Because there are some minor differences, but I've noticed some. Oh yeah, look at that. It's another one. It's got that blue cast to it, doesn't it? And the letters are flat. They're not that super high polish metallic. Darn it. You can really see the tip of the triangle there in the 45-degree angle coming off that thing. That's what good looks like. Look at that. So this is reflective and matte. This is reflective and metallic. And it has, I'd say that's got a little bit of a blue cast, doesn't it? I would think so. Let's see. Let's keep flashing here. You know, an argument could be made, but it looks mostly black to me. That looks blue. Because there's been a number of original inserts I've gotten that have been faded like crazy, especially here. And the way they wear has never made sense to me, but they were original. I know, it's wild. And there's another blue. Look at that. It's almost like, gosh, it's almost like the color on, that's what it reminds me of. Just in terms of the, not the shade, but the printing and the transparency of it. Reminds me a little bit of that. Hey, look at that. There's a watch. Beaten up, split here. Not, you know, maybe be able to do something with it. Believe it or not, this is actually a pretty decent insert, except for all the missing paint. I have no idea what happened to this. It looks like somebody painted over it, and it was, or it was in some kind of environment that was causing it to just break down and flake off. I don't know, materials error? It's definitely original. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, it's original. I wonder what kind of environment this thing was in. Anyway, if I was bored and I wanted to mix up a satin or semi-gloss black enamel, you can, with the tip of a toothbrush, you can put in teeny tiny bits. You thin it, and it fills up nicely, actually. And these look pretty good. I might be able to do something pretty decent with this one, make it nicer. I don't think I've got much else to do. I've got a couple more. Look at that. There it is again. See? The fine, not the heavy, sparky finish. And it's flat. I don't know. You see blue on that one? I mean, I think I do, but I might be convincing myself. Here's the last one. I think it's the same thing. It's another one of those fine silvers. It's not the big, like, you know, tinfoil crunchy uppy stuff. Anyway, there are some really nice inserts. I'm really super pleased. There are a number of them that I really, really like. But I think my favorite ones really are these three. Oops, sorry. These, they have, for me, they have enough character to make them interesting, but not enough wear of the wrong type. Makes them wearable. That's a cool insert. I really like that insert. It's not perfect. I think it would definitely be an improvement for a 7549 7010. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? You like that one? I want to use, I don't want to use a 6105 one, but is this a 6105 one? See, you get all confused. What are our measurements? 77 or right around 90. Okay, this is a 6105 insert. So you know what? I'm still going to use it. I just have to get the shim that goes on the back and drop that in. I think that looked pretty badass. What do you guys think? I'm not going to put this one in. I don't know what I'm going to put it in, but this would have gone in a 6105, an early one, 6105 8110. I'm not going to say, oh, it was for proof, but I think this was early. I really do, because it's the same, and it's Dyna produced. Because it's got the same, again, sort of the same. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong one. Where's my right one? Ah, there it is. This has a much more worn insert, and you can see the sort of, it's thinner and darker. Yeah, that's cool. Isn't that cool? Anyway, that's it. I think it's always fun to have fun with watches. I think that's the insert I like, but you guys let me know if there's one that you prefer. This one has a little too much wear over here. That's my issue. And then our last one is, oh Lord, where did I put it? No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one either. Where did I put it? Well, rest assured it's somewhere. Oh wait, there's the third one. Look, there it is. That don't look bad. I mean, it's pretty heavily worn around the edge, but, you know, so is the rotating ring. I don't know. I don't know if I could take it. We got, let's do it again. And its pip is a little jacked up. I mean, I could clean that, but. So we got option 1. Option 2, and option 3. I don't know. I think I know which one I want. You guys tell me what you think. Thanks for watching this entirely unstructured, unplanned video that had absolutely no forward thinking involved in it at all. And that's about it. Oh, I never did a wrist check, did I? Everyone's going to be mad at me. My 2007 Omega Speedmaster. I bought this badly needed service, and so I serviced it, and here it is. Still just having fun wearing it, but I have to tell you, this one is starting to call my name. It's a private purchase stocks, isn't it? Oh wait, or is this a Maruman? Yeah, I'm sorry, this is a Maruman, but Stellux made a bracelet basically exactly like this for the 5126 Sport Divers. For fun, I went and patched up 1/2 of that, what, you remember this one was all pecked up, all this stuff. So I went in and did, it's a quickie job, but I have these filled. I haven't flattened it yet. I just want to flex it as few times as possible, so I'm not going to do anything until it's time for me to put a pip into it. But anyway, oops. Let's try that again. It came out okay. I think the surface, it's too shiny, and you can see too much variation. It should be smoother. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attack that. I mean, there's things to do. I mean, there's ways to try it. I'd like to not put on, that much material if I can avoid it, but, it certainly looks a lot better. Hope I didn't offend any purists in there. Doing this, the nice thing is, it's not super permanent. With the right, right tools and right things, it can be removed. It's not forever. It's not re-anodized, which is too bad. Now, that'd be cool to be able to do. It just occurred to me, I was like, well, why don't I try something? If I'm getting high spots and stuff, there are things you can do. Paper towels like this are actually very fine abrasive, very fine. Just that, like, it's interesting, like if you get a paper towel like this and just basically go over your stainless steel watch case, you'd be, especially like on a specific surface that is maybe a little more marked up that you can deal with, and you use a little bit of this stuff, and you'd be kind of amazed what it can do. Now let's try it. Let's see if I'm full of nonsense. And I mean, this is above, like, you know, just cleaning it. Like this. It's a fine abrasive. And the other thing is, because it's stiff, it's not going to be going up and down in hills and valleys. It'll skirt off the tops of any, you know, protrusions. I mean, that's the idea. And then it might, you know, in theory, flatten it down some. I don't know if that's true. Darn it, come on now. Yeah, I actually say that looks a little better, doesn't it? So, I mean, just a little bit of light work like that. I should have let this sit longer, though, to cure, but, you know, I like living dangerously. I've got some overpaint there. I'll have to remove that. I missed a couple spots. But I'll probably go and clean this off, and, I'm sorry, clean the other half of this off, and maybe I'll do the whole thing. And then I'll just put in a pip here, and I'll find a, you know, a watch to put it in. This one doesn't need a new insert, but doesn't look bad. There's this original insert, which I've never done anything to. All right, enough of that.